I'm off to the circus. What? No, more like I'm off to the oh my god. This episode from the Smurfs for 2021 sucks. I'll tell you the reasons why I hate this episode in my opinion. The episode starts Papa Smurf is sitting on the edge of his lab with Monkey, enjoying the quiet nature, only for it to be disrupted by Dimwitty, who is driving the fire truck with Clumsy driving on the ladder. The two believe there is a fire, even if there's not at the moment. Papa Smurf tells Dimwitty to hit the brakes, which causes Clumsy to spin into the air and hit the now rotating ladder until he crashes into Papa Smurf and Monkey, which makes an explosion in the lab. As Monkey, terrified, rushes off, Papa Smurf is upset at the firefighting Smurfs, who apologize for the false alarm. Clumsy then says at least he saved Papa Smurf's circus book. Papa Smurf lets him keep it, saying if he's reading, he can't break anything. Smurf and Hefty congratulate Clumsy on his acrobat-like spinning, though Hefty tells Clumsy he just needs to stick the landing. Clumsy reads more on his new circus book and is inspired. He tells Dimwitty he wants to join the circus, saying it will fix his clumsiness if he becomes a circus acrobat. He takes a bag and goes on his way, only to trip and fall out of the roof of his firefighter house. Dimwitty is more so confused about what a circus is. Later, Chef serves Smurf and Hefty muffins when Dimwitty comes driving the fire truck again. He doesn't hit the brakes and causes himself to be flung across the table. Hefty is beginning to get mad at the false alarms and tells Dimwitty there is no fire. Smurf asks Dimwitty where Clumsy is and Dimwitty tells her Clumsy is going to the circus. Hefty fears this and wants to stop him since he can't be alone in the forest, but Smurf reminds him how stubborn he can be and believes they can make his dream come true by disguising as acrobats to keep him safe. Clumsy, meanwhile, is having a little trouble with finding the circus and is tired but perseveres and continues walking. However, a lizard walks up to him, scaring him, and he trips all the way down a hill as the lizard follows him and catches him. He falls all the way to who appears to be Smurf. She says she has been expecting Clumsy and introduces him to his new circus. She tells him that she is aware of his landing problem and predicted it since she is the great Cassandra. Among the Smurfs she introduces are a fierce dragon tamer, Wild, a Smurf of iron, Hefty, a funny clown, Jokey, a fearless cannonball Smurf, Grouchy, and the greatest genius alive, Brainy, who begins to ramble until Cassandra stops him. Clumsy finds this amazing but notices they all look familiar to the Smurfs at home. Cassandra tells him that they are the Smurfs' cousins, something Clumsy is suspicious about until he comes across the Iron Smurf, who throws a dumbbell across the forest. Clumsy is convinced and starts his life in the circus, which the other Smurfs cheer about. Clumsy starts his test by walking on a tightrope. This is for Cassandra, who Clumsy keeps calling Cassidy, to test out what he already knows. The minute Clumsy gets on the tightrope, Monkey is sent flying and back on it, but Clumsy lands on a seesaw-like branch, where Hefty is catapulted and he lands into a barrel, making him run until he crashes. Clumsy believes he completed the mission and is ready for the next step. The next step is Clumsy juggling a large ball with his feet, which he successfully does until he trips and falls into the cannon, which shoots him away. Hefty remarks how this was not the best idea. The next step is to successfully land from swinging, which Clumsy continues failing at. It is now dark as Clumsy and the Smurfs light some fire to roast marshmallows. The great Cassandra asks Clumsy why he wants to be an acrobat. Clumsy tells her back home they call him Clumsy and he wants them to be proud of him by being graceful, which Smurf and Hefty find sweet, and the great Cassandra tells Clumsy he just needs to practice a little more. While the other Smurfs have gone to sleep, Clumsy escapes to do some more circus training. He does several tricks on the swing but fails the landing and crashes into the dumbbells the Smurf iron threw earlier. However, it doesn't hurt at all, making Clumsy realize the dumbbells are fake and the entire circus is a fake, recognizing them as the other Smurfs. Unfortunately, as Clumsy complains, Gargamel is out in the forest canoeing with Azrael and Clumsy unknowingly catches their attention. Clumsy angrily asks Smurf and the other Smurfs what is going on since the dumbbells are fake, but his anger is cut short by the arrival of Gargamel. However, Clumsy tells them they are now Smurfs, they are Smurfs and they are a traveling circus company. Gargamel decides to play along but orders a good show or else. Clumsy is fearful since he's not ready, but Smurfette tells him they don't have a choice and he have to believe in himself. The circus the Smurfs out on for Gargamel and Azrael fail, with the evil duo being bored each time. The things the Smurfs find cool: Jokey throws a pie at Brainy, Grouchy being sent into a cannon, Wild taking a lizard that they call a dragon. Gargamel and Azrael do not. Eventually, Gargamel demands a good circus or they'll get eaten. As he mentions acrobats, Clumsy decides to cowardly stand up. Clumsy begins to be an acrobat and tries to control the swing, but this is yet another thing Gargamel finds boring. He recognizes these circus creatures as Smurfs and is about to make his move, but Clumsy kicks him twice. Meanwhile, Azrael chases Grouchy into the cannon, where Grouchy shoots Azrael back into the boat. Gargamel gets himself hit by several other Smurfs, with the finishing act done by Clumsy, who hits Gargamel into the fireworks and the Smurfs cheer. The fireworks get set off and Gargamel is sent crashing into Azrael on the boat. As they float away, the other Smurfs cheer at the defeat of Gargamel, with Jokey saying there's nothing like fireworks to end the show. Smurf apologizes to Clumsy, but Clumsy accepts the apology, saying they're the best friends anyone could have since they made his dream come true and he became an acrobat, though he trips after spinning, making the other Smurfs laugh with him, and that is how the episode goes. I don't know who likes or hates this episode, so I'm just gonna leave it be. I'm off to the circus sucks. And so does Where's Papa Smurf. Wanna bet is 328799120883001003800308005768 times better than I'm off to the circus. End of rant.